And welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. We'll play the opener.
Rob and Kale Show. Rob Sanders.
His own mother slapped the stork that delivered him.
And Kale Hall.
He doesn't deserve to be in this business. He deserves to have been blackballed.
Rob and Kale podcast.
And welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. Thanks for joining us this evening. My name is Rob Sanders, my podcast partner. I don't know where he's at. He's like that old bit, Where's Waldo? I don't know where Jackpot is, but Carolina Jackpot joins us this evening on the show. What's up, Jackpot?
I'm good. I told you just now I'm in Aiken, South Carolina.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good, I guess. Well, you're working tonight in Aiken, right?
No.
No.
What?
Well, you're working this week in Aiken.
Well, I'm actually working in Batesburg, South Carolina, but this is like the closest nice or decent hotel to there. So, yep.
Well,
I like it. I like it here, except for the shitty ass internet that apparently we have tonight because you sound like you're in an old shoe. But
you sound like you're fine here. Hello, son. And I think everybody let us know in the chat. I think Kale sounds fine there. Maybe it's just the return that's bugging Kale over there. But hopefully it'll smooth out. Lisa says you're 20 minutes from her. That's funny. You should go visit Lisa. Anyway, we're going to do picks this evening. We're going to talk about the Gamecocks getting spurned. That's the term that I used as a top-level recruit. Yeah, see, everybody says you sound great, Kale.
what?
About Oscar Delp telling South Carolina, yeah, not so much. We'll get into that.
He spurned Clemson, too, so let's not forget that.
Clemson didn't want him. They backed off.
Oh, yeah, whatever. There was a Clemson hat on the fucking table. If they had backed off, it wouldn't have been a damn Clemson hat on the table. Quit that shit.
So we'll get into that in a moment, but let's thank our sponsors, Callaway's Bar and Grill. Callaway'sBarandGrill.com. Of course, they sponsor the Callaway's Pick'em Challenge. Jonathan Izzo says he wasn't coming here. I never felt it happening at all. Damn, Izzo's a Gamecock like you, and he knew. But we'll get into that in a moment. Also, but Callaway sponsors our Pick'em Challenge. We appreciate them. If you're in Columbia, if you're coming down for homecoming and you don't want to deal with cooking, call Callaway's. They can make you a nice big takeout tray. Get yourself squared away. Callaway'sBarandGrill.com. They sponsor our Pick'em Challenge. Also, Fireside Chats with Uncle Jackpot, sponsored by Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport. Jackpot, read away.
All righty. It sucks to be a Gamecock. We are now a program that just hopes we can stay ahead of Vanderbilt. We are a Southern Conference team with an SEC funding. Come game time on Saturday, we will be a calendar year between SEC wins. Oscar Delp thought it was better to go to UGA where Muschamp is on the staff than to come to our shithole or to Clemson. It forever sucks to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
That message courtesy of Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport. Jackpot's ad-libbing over there.
Yeah, I'm ad-libbing facts.
Lisa says you should say it slow and sexy. That's what Lisa's saying. You're 20 minutes from Lisa, right? That's what she said. So say it slow and sexy for Lisa. That's funny. Jackpot's like, what? All right. Well, anyway, let's talk about Oscar Delp first. The Gamecocks wanted this guy bad. I mean, Nick Muse at the press conference the other day said when he got done at the podium, literally said, basically, hey Delp, come, make sure you come to school here. So yeah, I mean, I think it was pretty much laid in with the players, but he chose to go to Georgia. Jackpot.
Yep. Well, whatever. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't get what makes him so great over some of the other recruits we've been pursuing. There was another young man, his name escapes me, that's from the Pennsylvania area, a defensive back that was rated higher than him. So, I don't know. Whatever.
Izzo says Nick just started getting passes his way and drops them. Izzo's saying that Nick Muse was just starting to get passes his way, and he started dropping them. So
Yeah, he did. I think Jaheim Bell's a better tight end than him, to be honest with you. So, I mean, I don't know. But they don't use either one of them enough. So it looks like a damn Will Muschamp team. I mean, I've said it all off the past couple weeks. It looks like he never left Columbia. Doo-doo.
Brandon wants to know if I thought Clemson was going to get him. Nope. I thought he was going to Georgia. I really did. I thought it was all, not picking it at jackpot in the Gamecocks, but I thought that he was kind of a lock for Georgia anyway. So,
Well, I mean, shit. I mean, yeah. I mean, the crystal balls. I mean, I don't know whether I always believe them or not. But when it's 92%,
yeah,
I mean, come on.
that's kind of a mess. Mr. Boogie says, hopes he enjoys run blocking. Izzo says, they are all of Will's players. Yeah, good point, sir. All right, well, let's get into our picks, jackpot. And let's see here. I'm bringing them up now. These are the picks against the spread. And let's see here. All right, so there you go. You guys can see it over there. First game we're going to pick is Auburn at Arkansas. Auburn jackpot is a 3-point underdog on the road at Arkansas. Which way you rolling with that one?
I'm going to go with Arkansas here. I think that Pittman and the boys are going to be fired up for this one, especially after they got dicked last year against Auburn. And plus, I don't think Auburn's very good. I just don't. I think that Bo Nix is not good. He doesn't play well on the road. Not exactly a covering machine. And I think that Arkansas gets back on track after a couple of losses in a row. Tough game against Georgia, tough loss last week. So give me the Hogs at home to roll.
Yeah, the more and more I look at that game, I kind of feel the same way. But there's a part of me that says Auburn looked good on the road at Penn State. Now, once again, it's just kind of what you have to look at. But I've been back.
Penn State also blew a 17-3 halftime lead against Iowa. So how good are they, really?
Well, Iowa's the number 2 team in the country right now, according to the polls. But
are you really that impressed with them? They're a
no.
team full of slow white fullbacks. I mean, come on.
Fair enough.
Win a national championship. If they get to the playoffs, they're going to get absolutely curb stomped by somebody.
I'm gonna go with Auburn +3. I think that they'll make a game of it, and Arkansas can't stop anyone. I mean, they've been lit up 2 weeks in a row. So give me Auburn. They'll probably lose, but I'll take the +3. Next matchup is Kentucky at Georgia. Georgia's a 24.5 point favorite, jackpot. Kentucky fans probably saying someone called my show today and was like, why is it that everybody thinks Florida has a better chance to beat Georgia than Kentucky? Well, some guy calling the show today said, I don't know, because Kentucky's a shithole. I mean, and they've been a shithole for a long time. 24.5 points. Which way you rolling there, jackpot?
What's the line there?
Line's 24.5. It's 24.5.
1.5 or 24.5?
24.5.
That's a lot. That's more than what. I'm still going to go with Georgia. I just think it's a bad matchup for Kentucky. I think they're going to have a hard time moving the ball. I think that we'll see Chris Rodriguez maybe fumble the ball a couple of times. Look, he has trouble holding on to the ball, and I think his Georgia defense is going to exploit him. He's going to have several they're going to have several turnovers go their way to even keep this ball game competitive. I think Georgia's absolutely going to house them. So I give me the dogs, lay that 24.5.
I think Kentucky's going to try to muddy the game up, meaning they're going to run the ball, try to control possessions. They're not going to have any issues as far as or Georgia. I don't think that the Kentucky offense is going to cause very many problems for that Georgia defense. So the more and more I look at it, I see like a 42-10 win there for Georgia, and Kentucky's happy that they score a touchdown. So I will roll there with the Bulldogs plus minus the 24.5. Next game is Oklahoma State, an undefeated team.
Fireball over on YouTube. Fireball says them white fullbacks would dog fuck you, CJ, as they would your team as well. As they would your team as well.
Oklahoma State, Texas. Yeah.
I made up with the Tennessee fans. Y'all start saying dumb shit now. I'm gonna have to get back ugly with y'all.
Oklahoma State's at Texas. Texas is a 5-point favorite in that matchup. Texas, of course, was up big on Oklahoma, and they let them come back. Which way you rolling, Jackpot? Jackpot's over there. He's frozen, I guess. All right. Well, Jackpot will be back in a moment, I hope. Oklahoma State at Texas. The thing with the Oklahoma matchup, or Oklahoma State, is that, I wonder how tough their schedule has been so far. But I think I'm going to roll with Texas at home. They kind of got beat up a little bit, but give me Texas at home. As Jackpot he'll be back, hopefully. So there's that. I'm going to take, as we wait for Jackpot to come back, I'm going to take Texas -5. As Jackpot should be joining us back here in a moment. I don't know. His internet down in the hotel that he's in is spotty. That's the only term that I can use with that there, is that it's spotty. All right. So as we wait for Jackpot, I'll talk about the Clemson game for a minute. It's not in our picks. Clemson is currently, let's see here. There's Jackpot. There you go, Jackpot. Your internet's spotty down there, buddy.
Well, and I'm not. I just disconnected the internet, so I'm just doing it off data now.
Well, we'll try not to screw up your data.
Well, I mean, it's good. I mean, I didn't know you could even do that, but
yeah.
I thought the StreamYard would only work with internet connection. Apparently not.
Apparently not. All right, which way are you going on Oklahoma State and Texas, Jackpot? Texas is a 5-point favorite.
Where's that game being played at?
That's at Texas.
I'm going to roll with Oklahoma State there. I think they've been playing well this year. They're also undefeated. They're solid enough defensively to give Texas some problems, and I'm just not sold on Texas right now being able to bounce back from that very, very disappointing loss on Saturday. They had it in the palm of their hand and just couldn't just take it. So I'm going to roll with Oklahoma State in that one.
All right, next matchup is Florida at LSU. When the line opened as Florida as a 3.5-point favorite, and that line has spiked. And actually, when we started talking about that the other night, Jackpot thought I had it wrong, and I was like, no, man, it started at 3.5. We always use the opening line at VegasInsider.com. You can go and look and see where it is, but lines jumped up to like 10 points, Jackpot. Which way are you rolling here? This is going to be played in Baton Rouge.
I'm going to go with Florida. I think LSU just sucks. I mean, they're circling the drain. 2 bad losses in a row, 2 failures to cover the spread in a row. That loss at Kentucky, that was just inexcusable to lose that bad at Kentucky. I mean, and you being LSU. They're without their best offensive players out. Their best defensive player is out for the year. I see no chance of them winning this game. So let me roll with the Gators.
Well, yeah, they are missing Stingley, but today Coach Orgeron, who will be former Coach Orgeron eventually, probably for the end of the season, Eli Ricks, their other shutdown corner, is gone. So Hello,
Gone
sir.
as in what? Quit the team or?
No, he's hurt and is having season-ending surgery.
Oh, okay.
So their two best defensive backs that are All-American candidates are done. No Keyshawn Butte. He's out with a foot injury. And I think they have no hope and no balls. That's pretty much how they played against Kentucky. No balls. So
Terrible.
give me Florida, and it might get into double digits big. I'll take that one there. And they may fire Ed Orgeron on the field as soon as the game's over. Ole Miss plays at Tennessee. Tennessee is getting 4 points at home. Jackpot. Which way do you like that one?
Okay. Everybody fancies this to be this high scoring Wild West shootout here. I'm sorry. I think that Tennessee, Ole Miss has better skilled players, got a better quarterback, got better coaching probably to this point than Tennessee does. I know they're going to be hyped up for this game, and I think they'll play well, and I think they'll hang in there for about 3 quarters. But I just think that Ole Miss is going to pull away in the fourth quarter because they just have more depth than Tennessee does. Tennessee only got 75 scholarship players. We saw them in the second half against the Gamecocks kind of peter it down a little bit because they know they don't have that many backups in a lot of positions. They don't want to get anybody hurt. So they kind of played a conservative game against the Gamecocks. They're not going to be able to do that. Obviously, Tennessee, Ole Miss, a much better team than the Gamecocks. So let me take the Ole Miss Rebels to cover. I think they win this game 10, 14 points.
Tennessee in the first quarter this year has outscored teams like 101-15. Some or the last 3 games, I'm sorry, like 101-15. It's been, and a lot of that's got to do with the fact they jumped out to huge early leads. Tennessee Tech, Mizzou, South Carolina. But the key to Tennessee winning is to jumping out to an early lead because, as Jackpot said, they don't have any depth. But I don't think Ole Miss gives a damn. They're going to score every possession if Lane Kiffin can do it. So give me Ole Miss to cover the -4. They'll probably win by 10.
Tennessee Fire Card says somebody asked Jackpot where USC Junior is projected to go bowling at. Okay, well, at first week of the season before the games started getting played, asked Rob where Clemson was projected to finish the season out, what they're projected to finish in ACC. Yada yada yada. Projections don't mean a fucking damn thing.
But Tennessee fans need to just close those dick suckers for a minute. You have sanctions that are hanging over your program. You gave people money in McDonald's bags. Okay, you made the NCAA may come.
They told me on Twitter that never really happened.
They exactly. That's the lies that you're going to get. You're playing good football. Let's be honest. But the reality is, you're facing NCAA sanctions. They can come back at any time, and you can have an 8-win season, and they're like, "Oh, screw you, no bowl game." So until you go to a bowl game, let's just remember you're the McDouble team. Bob, you love it. All right? That's pretty much what it boils down to. So I love how Tennessee fans, they want to run their mouths so much. Like, 3 years ago, you didn't win a conference game. You didn't win a freaking conference game. And now you're playing off like T. Martin's there and Phil Fulmer's in his 40s and and you're battling with Steve Spurrier. You're having a good season, okay? I'm not trying to take that away from you, but stop thinking that you invented football. You didn't. You could theoretically lose the rest of your games except for Vanderbilt. So I don't know about your non-conference schedule. I know you got Alabama. I know you've got Ole Miss. I know you've got Georgia. What are the other games on that?
Their back half of their season schedule is tough. They got Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky, Vanderbilt. Yeah. Some I don't know.
Oh, they got Jake Bentley coming to town from South Alabama, right?
Oh shit!
Jake Bentley might light that ass up. Didn't have any problems when it was there. But Tennessee fans, just remember.
I'm loving it.
Don't start. All right. Up next, Michigan State at Indiana. Michigan State is a 3-point favorite on the road. Which way you rolling there, Jackpot?
Got a lot of people. A lot of people wanting to swing the way of Indiana in this one. I mean, I think that's just basically figuring that Michigan State's going to stub their toe and lose one somewhere, and it probably will be a fired up crowd there. Michael Penix Jr.'s had some injury problems too, and they've been really disappointing this year. Indiana has. A lot of people thought they were overrated coming into the season. I didn't know. I thought they were going to be good. They have been pretty piss poor. Kenneth Walker, is that his name, from Michigan State, has been lights out running the ball. And they've went in the transfer portal. That's been one of the most surprising. That's probably the most surprising team that I've seen this year. With that being said, I don't, with the Michael Penix situation, and I don't see Indiana winning this ball game. I think Michigan State has been rolling, and I think they continue to roll. I'm not. Josh Pate over on the Late Kick show, I believe that he gave this out as one of his. He likes to call his guarantees on his spread picks the Ramen Noodle Express. Well, there's been some times this year the Ramen Noodle Express has chugged along. Sometimes Ramen Noodle Express has went off the rails. I believe it's going off the rails on this one. I'm going with Michigan State.
Yeah, I like Michigan State too. And the thing is that everybody and their brother was picking them to lose to Miami, and they went out. They just keep going out and winning. I think they're going to piss in Michigan's cornflakes this year too, by the way, if they're on the schedule. But give me Michigan State -3. I think they cover. Next matchup.
Sancho over on the YouTube says, dude, you've been doubting and trashing Tennessee all year. You ever heard fool me once, fool me twice? I'm sorry. I didn't say Tennessee was a bad team, sir. I mean, I just think that Ole Miss is just going to have too much for them. Don't get upset. I mean, it's just one fat guy in a hotel room yelling into a camera phone. My picks against the spread mean nothing.
And by the way, for you Tennessee fans, if you go to a bowl game and you play Clemson, I look forward to that. You will get mouth pumped until the end of time if Clemson plays you. You're not that good. Stop thinking that you're that good. You're really not.
Mike Tomlin with laughing faces says Gamecock fans think they're good. Who?
fan I know thinks they're worth a shit. So please try again.
Well, no, we can keep trashing Clemson because your offense is abysmal, sad, and pathetic. Has DJ come in from his midnight training session yet?
Clemson will beat the shit out of Tennessee. Pray you don't get that matchup. Okay? Pray you don't get that matchup. You're going to finish the season with probably four more losses. So you'll be lucky to go to the freaking Birmingham Bowl if they don't come back with sanctions. Tennessee fans need to knock it the hell off. Seriously. Pitt at Virginia Tech. Pitt is a 1.5-point underdog on the road at Va Tech. Which way you rolling there, Jackpot?
You're an underdog in this contest?
Yes.
Do we know what time is that game?
I can pull it up for you right now. Hold on, please.
That makes a difference.
Yeah, if it's at night at Virginia Tech, I'm with you. That is a 3:30 kick.
Yeah, okay. So it's the middle of the afternoon. I'm going to roll with the Pitt Panthers here. Pitt has one of the best offenses in college football. Plus, they may be at the top. Virginia Tech has really not impressed me. They put up a good showing Saturday night against Notre Dame, but they couldn't seal the deal. If they couldn't win at home at nighttime there against Notre Dame, I don't see them being able to beat Pitt. Pitt's another surprising team that's been sneaky good. Defense not really that great, but they've got a hell of an offense there. So give me the Pitt Panthers.
By the way, Pitt beat the shit out of Tennessee in that fucking dump y'all play in. Remember that? You guys don't remember that, right? You guys don't remember that. They forget that. Anyway, uh, I'm going to take Virginia Tech in this matchup. I think they'll be at home. This may decide who's going to the ACC championship game. Give me Virginia Tech at home. NC State at Boston College. Boston College is a 2-point underdog. Which way you rolling there, Jackpot?
It's NC State at Boston College.
Yes, sir.
Jiggy. What? Can you look on there and see what did these teams do? Were they both off last week?
I believe so. I gotta look. I don't remember. I can tell you in a second. Give me a minute here.
Sorry.
That's all right. No,
I should do my homework.
no. I mean, it's not like you have a job or anything. You're just sitting around doing nothing all day. I mean, let's see here. Yeah, NC State was off last week, and so was Boston College. So both teams coming in off of a bye week. Jackpot.
Both teams coming fresh. I just think NC State's a better team. I think they're a better team. I like the tight end they got. I think that the quarterback play is a little bit better as well. So I'm going to roll with NC State to win this. And I think it'll be a close game. It'll be a decent one, but give me the Wolfpack to cover here.
Yeah, I like NC State here as well. I think they're going to be able to contain that BC running game, and I don't think that the BC quarterback is that good, to be honest with you. Army's at Wisconsin. Army is a 10-point underdog on the road. Wisconsin has been kind of a shitter this year, Jackpot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was listening to one of those CBS sports guys that does these picks against the spread, and he said that what is his name? That fucking guy from Notre Dame, the quarterback. What was it? Brady Quinn? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was going with Wisconsin because he just felt like on line of scrimmage it was going to be a mismatch there. But I'm telling you, Army's due. I mean, they have played all these teams so close over the years, and went Oklahoma almost won a couple of years, and Michigan almost won here. I honestly think they're going to chew up the clock, which Michigan's going to chew up the clock. It's an ugly game. Whatever the under is, I would take it. And I'm going to play with Army here.
Yeah, I like Army too. Wisconsin, I think they both want to try to run the ball, to be honest with you. Not very impressed with Wisconsin passing game either. So
absolutely not.
Give me Army plus 10. I think that's a stone cold lock there. The Kale Hall special is Ball State, David Letterman's alma mater, at a directional school from Michigan, at Eastern Michigan. Eastern Michigan is a 3-point favorite. Which way you like there, Jackpot?
I'm telling you, I'm gonna roll with Ball. I think they're starting to come into their own. You know, they were really good last year, and most of those players are still back from that team. They played Army a couple weeks ago and took them down at home, and then had a pretty impressive win this past week against Western Michigan, where they blew them out. Western Michigan was a team that beat Pitt earlier on in the season. So, just looking at that and using the transitive property, which doesn't always work in college football, but sometimes it does, kind of, and it can help you out a little bit. See, I did actually do some research on this one. I'm going to go with Ball State and the Cardinals to cover on the road here against the old Eastern Michigan Eagles. And you know what the name of the city is that Eastern Michigan University is located in?
I don't pay attention to directional schools in Michigan, sir.
Ypsilanti.
Great. What?
Ypsilanti.
Fuck out of here.
Spelled Ypsilani. I listen to some of those Las Vegas guys do the podcast. I remember a couple years ago, one of them was talking about Ypsilanti, Michigan. He was talking about how that's one of the coolest college towns in the country. He's like, Ypsi? Oh, man. Ypsi is a great place. Yeah, Ypsi. Anyway,
I'm rolling with Ball State because I don't really. If Jackpot says it's good enough for him, then I don't do enough research on Ball State, so I'll stay with Ball State because
grab them
Jackpot.
by the ball.
Next matchup, Vanderbilt at South Carolina. It's been a calendar year, Jackpot, since you won an SEC game. Calendar year. The fair is in Columbia. I mean, all kinds of crazy shit going on down there on Bluff Road. The fair
I
right
mean, I'm
across
telling
the
you, with the
street.
fairs in town, I mean, that's a huge distraction.
Well, I don't think it's a huge distraction for the football team, but we'll see. Vanderbilt comes in. They've been playing a little bit better, but the line is
A little
16.
better. They haven't
And
scored a point in 3 weeks.
I'm trying to build it up a little bit, Jackpot. I was trying to do what Coach Beamer was talking about. He's like, uh, he was talking about how they ran all over Stanford. And he said that with a straight face. I
Well,
remember
well,
a press
they
conference. I'm
did,
like, "You
but
said
to
that?
that
Okay."
point, I was looking at that today too. After he made that comment, everybody this season has ran for at least 200 yards on Stanford. Their rush defense is shit. So
Okay. Well, with that, the line is for us is 16 in our challenge here, but the jumped up to 20 real quick. I'm gonna take South Carolina to cover the 16, even though I don't like the South Carolina offense. Uh, I don't know why. It's just Vanderbilt's just so bad, just bad. All right, you're taking South Carolina or Vanderbilt, Jackpot? Which way you going?
yeah, I mean, Vanderbilt's got to be looking at this game too. Like, this is probably like our last chance to win an SEC game. I mean, so I mean, because they probably know we suck. I mean, they're not. They got eyeballs too. Shit. I want to take Vanderbilt to cover, but 16, and I think that Carolina will cover that. So let me take the Gamecocks to roll with this one.
All right, well, there you go. There's our picks. And I'm going to go ahead and open up the phones. If you would like to call into the show, the phone lines are open at 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905, if you would like to join the program this evening. I don't know. Jackpot should have his. You're hearing everything over there. You're pretty good, right? So we'll see how this.
Yeah. It's great.
All right, let's see here. And welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. Good evening.
How's it going, y'all? Bluegrass Sports Media.
Hey,
What's going on there, Bluegrass Sports Media? How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Undefeated. Pretty good.
Well, are you
have
going
a
to be on a
question.
milk carton after Georgia mouth pumps you this week? I'm just asking. Are we gonna? We're not going to hear
No,
from
I'll
you
be
till
on the show.
basketball season, or what?
I'll be on the show. If we get beat by 21 or 100, I'll be there.
Okay. Well,
Doesn't matter.
we're not talking basketball till basketball season gets here. So don't be calling up here talking about whatever team that John Calipari just bought. Nobody wants to hear that shit until basketball season. All right.
Well, I mean, what are you talking about, Clemson? I mean, can we talk
Clemson
Clemson
basketball
because
sucks.
they're awful.
Clemson basketball sucks. Love Clemson hoops, but
Yeah,
we
Brad
suck.
Brunel or something like that.
Yeah, Clemson basketball sucks. If you watch the podcast come basketball season, you guys joke about me getting pissed off. I get more pissed about Clemson hoops than I do Clemson football. But anyway, what do you have for the program, sir?
I got a question for Tennessee fans, and this is a legitimate question. I think Jack might have covered this a few weeks back. How unpatriotic is Tennessee? Tennessee cancels a game with Army on Military Appreciation Day at General Nealon's memorial game. General Nealon was a general in the Army. They canceled a game with Army to schedule Akron. Like, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life.
Are you trying to say that Tennessee is not patriotic? Is that what you're coming to the program with?
Well, I mean, I just gave you facts of what they did, and that sounds very unpatriotic to me, almost communist. But you know, so there's that.
They said that I was reading over on the old Tennessee Checkerboard Facebook page. Well, I made a comment about that. They said that this goes all the way back to Fulmer and Jerome Pruitt were trying to get out of that game too. So I don't know what the deal is with that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter who's trying to get out of the game. It's the administration's choice whether they get out of the game or not, and it's completely ridiculous. They just knew that Army running that triple option was going to come in there and mouth pump them because they're still going to be missing probably 10 to 12 scholarship players next year unless they hit the transfer portal hard. And the transfer portal only has guys nobody wants. So that's the reason. They wanted to get an assured win against Akron. It's very cowardice. It's probably the most cowardice thing I've seen in a very, very long time.
Wait. What about when Wandell Robinson was in the transfer portal? Y'all didn't want him? You didn't want that big tackle from LSU? You all didn't want Will Levis?
There's exceptions to the rule. We're Kentucky. We get great players. We're great talent evaluators. Tennessee lets guys like Toa go and be Alabama's leading tacklers. So
hold on. Look, slow down. All right.
So the transfer portal's only got good players in it when it's got players that Kentucky takes in as transfers. The rest of the time, the transfer portal's shit.
Yeah. All right. Bluegrass Sports Media, give us your pick for Saturday, please, sir.
My pick is just like you said. We have to muddy and make this game dirty. I mean, Georgia has to turn the ball over a few times. Maybe we block a few of Will Muschamp's kicks because fuck that guy.
Well, I agree with that. Give me some virtual jackpot. I like that.
Stetson Bennett turns it over two times with a pick, and we win 10-7.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Bluegrass Sports Media. You have a great night, man. Hopefully we'll talk to you on Sunday. All right, there you go. Ah, shit. All right, the phone lines are open. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
What's up, y'all? This is Cody from Tennessee. I just wanted to give a shout out to Jackpot. I love you, man. You're funny as hell.
Thanks, brother.
And I just want to say, y'all are still trashing on Tennessee, man. Like, y'all been doing it all year. And Tennessee's defense is ranked number 1 or number 2 in tackles for loss. Yeah, I don't know. Y'all look up the stats. Y'all have the radio show. I don't. Tennessee's defense is way better than Ole Miss's.
Wow.
And you're still trashing and saying that Tennessee has no shot.
Sure.
I'm not saying they don't have any shot. I'm not going to say, and I don't think Ole Miss blows them out. I just think they just have more depth. That quarterback's been doing this longer. I think Tennessee will give them a good game. I think they'll be an entertaining game. But I just think Ole Miss will pull away at the end. That's just my.
South Carolina has more depth than Tennessee too, right?
No, not on the offensive side of the ball. No, they got a bunch of SoCon players playing quarterback, wide receiver, and probably on the offensive line. On the defensive line,
it don't really matter, right? Players. As long as we're scoring.
If you want to go down that road, that's fine. I'm respectful of what Josh Heupel has done at Tennessee. They've done some pretty good stuff there, but in the end, I just think that Ole Miss is just better. Try to win a contest.
Hey, that's fine. I respect your opinion on that, but it's like
right.
It's like y'all completely doubted them. But when you look at the stats, is
Brother,
what normal.
I said on the show today. I said on the show today that if Tennessee goes 8-4, he should be coach of the year. I mean, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to blow him in the middle of the street?
No doubt.
I don't know. I mean, what else do I have to do? I don't get it, man.
No. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying, like,
I'm just
but
saying, look, if
Tennessee's defense is statistically better than Ole Miss's, and with like comparable offenses,
well,
how can you
in
not
fairness,
give the nod to Tennessee?
What's Tennessee's record right now?
4-2.
Okay. 3 of those wins, one of them was against Tennessee Tech, which is from the Ohio Valley Conference, if I remember correctly. One of them is against South Carolina, who's inept on offense, and the other one was against Mizzou, who plays horrible.
Inept on defense.
Their offense is decent, but it's not like Mizzou's a world beater. So yeah, you beat the teams you were supposed to win on that set, but I didn't think that they would do that, and I will moonwalk that back. What I said about Tennessee earlier in the season, Heupel's done a very good job, but now the schedule is going to get a lot tougher, and you may lose 4 more games before the season's out. You might.
Oh no, but you're right, and I get that, but it's the first year coach. You don't think that the offense can kind of click and come together?
Once again, I'm respectful of the fact of what Josh Heupel has done with what I thought was less talent, but he's managed to get a guy that was a throw-off from Virginia Tech to come in, and he looks and is playing like an all-star player. So for that, I'm respectful of that, but in reality, the schedule tunes up a little bit, and we'll see how Tennessee does.
All right, so let me ask you this.
Sure.
You don't think a night game sold out in Neyland Stadium, when they're checkerboard in the stadium, is going to have any zero factor at all when Tennessee's defense is better, when their offenses are comparable? You just automatically want to shit on Tennessee just because it's Tennessee.
No,
like, I'm just saying, like, if anyone is like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think.
I don't think you're hearing me. Tennessee is pretty good, but I think Ole Miss is better. I think they're a lot better. That's just how I feel. I think Lane Kiffin's got the offense down there doing whatever the hell they want, and I think they're going to roll in and knock some things out.
Tennessee probably is going 3 or 4 deep at wide receiver. Ole Miss is probably 8 deep at wide receiver.
So there's no way Tennessee wins?
No, I mean, look, nobody thought Texas A&M would win last weekend. They could win.
Well, no, that's not what y'all been saying. There's no way, right?
I think that there's a better chance that Tennessee beats Ole Miss than there was a chance that the Gamecocks had beat Tennessee last week.
All right,
if Tennessee wins, it wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't be considered a major upset. It would be a mild upset.
I just think it'd be a good game.
Well,
I think it'll be a good game too for 3 quarters, but I'm telling you, Ole Miss is going to pull away at the end. This is what I see.
I tell you what, here I'll make a deal with you, Tennessee fans. I'll play the Tennessee fight song on Sunday show if you win. All right, there you go. How's that?
No, you got to do something more than that, man. You got to freaking dress as Davy Crockett and sing Rocky's Hop.
No, you can go to hell for all that. I'll play the Tennessee fight song if you win. Fair enough? All right, that's what we're going to go with. I appreciate you calling the show, buddy. Thank you so much, all right?
No problem, dude. Hey, I love y'all, man. Y'all do good, man.
Appreciate you. Thanks a lot. All right.
Andre Green says, oh, no. Andre Green trolls everybody. He says, oh, no. Rather checkerboard.
That checkerboard's a bitch, Jackpot.
I've never seen him actually do it with the fans. That's going to be different.
Welcome into the program. Good evening.
Y'all got any good music queued up over there?
Oh, I've got great music queued up for you. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, here. Oh, yes, sir.
What? For a while, I still got this thought in my head. I bet you they fuck up that checkerboard. I bet you there's going to be a section of idiots in the middle that's supposed to be wearing white that's got orange on, and there's going to be a section over here that's supposed to be wearing orange that's still wearing their black from last week. You watch.
Hold on. I showed this on my show today, but Megan's
checkerboard with AIDS.
He can tell me about this too. But Jackpot, I showed this on the show. Can anybody explain what the blue fuck is this? Why are two Tennessee fans, one dressed in that outfit, sharing a fucking beer during a pandemic? Can somebody help me with that? I mean, you Tennessee fan. Oh, we're so good. How about are you good enough to buy your own beer in the middle of a pandemic?
Why does
Sharing it?
he have J.R. Ewing's hat on? Is what I want to know.
I don't know, but they're sharing a beer in the middle of a pandemic, and he's wearing a jacket that's the most hideous thing I've ever fucking seen.
Jackpot, I'm about your age. You do realize that about 80% of the audience has no clue who J.R. Ewing is now, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Mm.
Listen, if you were just dropped on this planet maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, didn't know anything about college football or why people hate Tennessee fans so bad, if you had followed the chat just for the last 15 minutes, it would be so crystal clear. This is why people hate Tennessee. They're a joke of a program for how many years now, and they win a couple of games, and look at the calls you're getting and the chat. It's unbelievable. But I must say this, but a guy named Dumbass Sports Media shows up and outdoes them all.
He called them unpatriotic.
Yeah. I don't know if they're just pumping bourbon directly into the water supply now in Kentucky. The reality check that guy has coming Saturday is off the charts. He probably won't show up again the rest of the year.
Do you agree
I don't think
that
I would either.
Do you think that Tennessee is communistic? He threw that out there, sir, for not scheduling Army.
That doesn't even deserve a response, Rob. That's just unreal. But I did want to commend Jackpot. When I saw the Oscar Delp commitment, I was kind of waiting on the video, and you did put one out. But sir, you were very much under control. I must commend you. You're getting a little bit better. And I just wanted to say, it's not like you lost the next Jadeveon Clowney. I mean, it's not on that grade. So, yeah. But
he's going to be a backup at Georgia. Just saying.
Yeah. But Beamer does need a 5-star or two just as pillars to get this ball rolling for this program. Do you not agree, Jackpot?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have something there to feed off for these other kids to feed off of. He's going to have to get a big time recruit in there. I mean, I think he can do it, but like I told Rob earlier, it just and a lot of the Gamecock fans feel the same way I do. It feels like Muschamp has never left the program, and we have a stagnant ass offense. We have a defense that looks statistically good for a while, and then we play a team with an offense that has a pulse, and we just absolutely get housed. And then in between, it's just misery and more misery. So I don't know what the answer is. We can't. I mean, people are calling for our offensive coordinator, Marcus Satterfield, calling for a change there, calling for his head. And my thing is, I figured we would win 4 or 5 games this year. I thought if we won 6, that would be a huge, feather in our cap this year. So, I mean, a lot of Gamecock fans are really getting down on the team. I mean, they're on the ledge, and I'm worried about them. They're fighting amongst each other, and I mean, it's just, I mean, Jesus Christ, guys. I mean, you've won the games this year we're supposed to win. Maybe not in as impressive a fashion as you wanted to win, but you've won them. You've lost the games you probably were supposed to lose. I thought that Kentucky and Tennessee would be like swing games. Well, you lost both the swing games, but you still have a chance to win 6 games because the competition down the stretch is not as good as what we thought it was going to be heading into the season. It's not as bad as it seems. They need to get a grip on themselves. And you can't just go firing a damn offensive coordinator 7 games into the season. I mean, what does that tell a recruit?
Yeah, and I'll say this: when you know you've got a tough season coming up, it's easy to say that in July and in early August. but when you're sitting there watching it,
Yes,
that's when
this
people
is
lose their
true.
mind.
And I said that during the live stream on Saturday. I'm like, people were telling me it's all right, Jackpot. It'll be okay. Y'all are gonna get better. Give him some time. And I'm like, it's hard. It's easy to say that, and it's a lot easier said than done. If you're a fan of a successful program, especially, and I'm sitting here having to watch our team get absolutely trashed by Tennessee, that's tough.
Yeah.
It really is. When I have to sit here and watch our team not be able to pick up a first down, never to see our offense never consistently stay on the damn field against fucking Kentucky. I mean, that is difficult to watch. It really is.
It is, but I'll say this: it made for one hell of a video, and I pray that you keep them up. If anybody out there has not watched the live stream of that last game, please go and watch that. There were some moments in there where I almost wet myself, but
especially when they went up 21-0, and I picked up the Gamecock the interlocking SC, the old baseball logo light up thing that I keep behind me, and I started whacking it with my bare hand, and it wouldn't fucking break. So I was just like, oh shit, well, let me just put it up. I didn't want to break you anyway.
Yeah.
That was
and
hilarious.
then you had to apologize to Ziggy, which was golden, I thought. But no, the difference is, though, after that game, the next day, you come to your senses and you realize, hey, this is where I thought we would be. It's going to suck for a while. For the fans who can't do that, I don't know what to tell you. You can't just snap your fingers. And I joke with you about Will Muschamp, obviously, but he really did just run that thing into the ditch. I mean,
he's a two-time winner. He's ruined 2 SEC East programs. He shit on Florida too. I mean, let's be honest. He shit on them too. If we're being above board and not trolling them to death, he ruined 2 SEC programs. So,
but if you look at, but he also did some decent things. I mean, he put 2 players from that defensive backfield in the NFL draft last year, and this year that defensive backfield is better than it was with those 2 players in it last year. I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck?
What the fuck?
That's true. And I heard a stat the other day that I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe you guys can help me. Did he actually win more games in his first 3 years than any other coach?
Believe it or not,
is that true? Or?
He told us a time or two, I think.
You're trying to troll us with that. Fuck off with all that. Look, I went to press conferences, and that's part of my day job. Is I go to the coach's press conferences, and I was at 3 different press conferences where he mentioned that things are a lot better than we've won more games in 3 seasons. Anybody else here? And he's looking around like, shut up.
Yeah. But the truth is, if you even have to say that, you're in a bad spot. Do you not agree?
What's that? I'm sorry.
If you even have to say that, you're in a bad spot.
Well, I think he knew he was on borrowed time. You shouldn't have to say that at all. Just, and that's what I liked about Spurrier was my favorite coach that I've covered here in Columbia, because they would lose and he would literally come in there and he would just say, you know what, we got to coach better. I remember there was a game against Wofford, and Spurrier came in and he's hoarse because the Gamecocks won like 45-42. Wofford was just beating that ass until the end. He had to change quarterbacks. Savell Newton comes in, blah, blah, blah. And he literally said in the press conference, that's how dumbass we are. The offensive line doesn't know how to snap the damn ball. I mean, but Spurrier was always that honest. He said in the first season, look, we just hope to win more games than we lose. And that's refreshing because generally coaches are like, yeah, we're going to do the best we can. Spurrier's like, well, we just want to win more than we can lose. And, at the time I was a young reporter and didn't know what I was really getting into, but I miss coaches being that honest. I really do.
I do too. I'll second that notion. And as a Georgia fan, when he was at Florida, the odd thing about him was people called it ripping on Georgia. He never said anything about Georgia that I didn't agree with. I had been saying the same things that he said about Georgia for years. Yet when he said it, it was some big hilarious rip on Georgia. No, it wasn't. He was just being honest. That's all it was. I didn't. He said something to the effect of Georgia gets all these great players, and then we beat them every year. Hell, I had been saying that for the last 10 years.
I remember, Rob, you remember the Spurrier press conference after, I think it was 2000. Yeah, it was 2014 when the Gamecocks were up on Tennessee 42-28 with 2 minutes left at home, and they ended up blowing that game and lost 45-42 in overtime. Man, and afterward, that he had the press conference where he just came in there. He comes in and he didn't even sit down. He's just like, "Well, I really don't even need to say anything. You guys saw what happened out there. I'll let y'all just talk amongst yourselves." And he just walks out.
Well,
that game, I'm telling you, I got so upset at that game. I mean, and literally busted blood vessel. I got so upset that I felt like lightheaded, like after I was going to pass out after I'd gotten so upset. I mean, like I thought I was going to stroke out. I was that pissed. That was the worst I've ever seen in my life.
Well,
Well,
there you go.
To your point, that's exactly how I felt in 2019 for that South Carolina Georgia fan. Just to make you feel better, Jackpot. That's the honest to God truth. So,
Yeah, but that one was more like this Tennessee game. That just like happened. Boom! It was just like that. But the South Carolina Georgia game was more of a long, drawn out process that just I don't know. It was just like it was like, you know, we just kind of plodded along. I'm kind of like, we got a chance to win this thing. And at the end, I'm like, oh my God, we won.
Megan, give us a prediction for the game for this weekend. Do you got? Are you guys going to cover the spread or not?
Kentucky is Georgia light. Do you guys not agree?
Yeah. I agree with you on that.
They are junior varsity Georgia. Therefore, you give me a score of something like 34-10, which I think was that last week's score. It's going to be somewhere just like that, though. Yeah, 34-10, something like that. We're going to beat the bejesus out of them on the line of scrimmage. So
it'll probably be a little worse. I don't really know how. I don't know how this year's Kentucky stacks up against Auburn, but I'd say if those two played, I think that'd be a pretty even matchup.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Guys, love your show, man. Got to run.
See you later. All right. Final call for calls this evening here on the show, 803-470-2905. Jackpot needs his beauty sleep. He's got to work tomorrow. So give us a call.
I have to drive. I actually have to drive to Columbia, and then I'm driving way up into North Carolina, up near the Virginia border, and then dropping someone off, and then I'm turning around and coming back home. So, yeah.
Welcome into the program. Good evening.
Hey guys, this is the Biscuit. How are you guys doing this evening?
What's up, Biscuit? How are you?
How you doing? No, it seems like the mental hospital got internet access tonight. You got some calls in tonight, didn't you?
Yeah, there's been some interesting calls. Let's just leave it at
that.
You
got Bluegrass Sports Media. He thinks that Georgia's going to get beat 10-7 at home this weekend against Kentucky, right? And then he actually attacks the transfer portal, which is basically like an artery to Kentucky's heart. Without the transfer portal, Kentucky would be 3-3 right now. But the real reason I called in is I wanted to call. What's that?
I can't defend him, so go ahead.
Yeah, but the real reason I called in was I wanted to congratulate Jackpot on a good battle for Oscar Delp, the number 2 tight end in the country tonight. You know, I'm sure that man sat down to contemplate between South Carolina and Georgia. You know, he was thinking, you know, Athens, the classic city, the dump known as Columbia, South Carolina. You know, Williams-Brice Circus Tent versus Sanford Stadium. You know, they hired Will Muschamp to lead their program as a head coach. We hired him as our water boy. So, I mean, you know, the cool thing about that is that, you know, recruiting doesn't end until someone actually signs on the dotted line. So I'm sure when they beat Vanderbilt this weekend 23-13, he'll probably reconsider.
He may.
I can't believe you just took all that and didn't say anything. I can't believe it. I was expecting to be interrupted.
I got nothing. Anything else you'd like to add, sir, before we get out? You
I
know,
can't
kick
believe
poor
it.
Jackpot in
Jackpot's a
the
good guy,
teeth.
man.
If you said one more thing, I was gonna motherfuck you for him. God damn it! Stop talking about my buddy like that. Fuck you, you know. But shit,
Biscuit, send me an email over at ko8670@aol.com about any of those cryptocurrency tips that you might have. I find that stuff fascinating.
Okay, yeah, sure, absolutely. Hey, the other thing I want to touch on is, does it seem like you guys every week? I know you're an ACC guy, Rob, but doesn't it seem like
He's the dime store Danny Canella.
Good football?
what's that? Repeat your question.
No. Doesn't it seem like the SEC has to supply the entire country with good football? I mean, it seems like we put up 3-4 good games every single week, and then the rest of the country like heaves and throws up Iowa versus Penn State every other week. Can you
normally I would say stuff about the lower back tattoos for the SEC and all of that, but in reality, this season, and let's make sure we put this out there, this season the better matchups have been with SEC teams. The other matchups around the country, if I'm not watching and now I'm a dickhead, and I would be like, fuck the SEC, I'm not watching any of it, and all I end up watching is Army because I like watching Army play. But if you're looking for the best matchups, they are in the SEC this year. I can admit when I'm wrong, but this year the SEC has the better matchups. They certainly do.
Yeah, I mean, can you actually sit down and think about for example, a Pac-12 matchup that you would actually be interested in? If you took two teams and put them together, can you think of one that you'd be
looking forward to that Arizona-Colorado game myself.
Ugh.
Yeah, sounds like a good one.
I'm not watching any of that shit, so fuck off with all of that. I'm just not watching it. Look, I'd rather you could take the top level teams out, watching the Georgia defense is a treat because I like good defensive teams. But even if you go to the mid-level SEC teams, it's fun to watch what the Pirates doing down there at Mississippi State. It's fun watching Lane Kiffin down there trying to build old piss. Even Tennessee, watching what they're doing is kind of fun. But when I watch when I watch ACC games, I want to watch Clemson and hope that they get out of the fucking funk that they're in. But there isn't any other team in the conference that I look at other than maybe Wake Forest as, I'd like to watch some of their games, but it's just not there.
There's no interesting games. If you took them out from the ACC, if you took a matchup, you pick the two teams that you'd like to see play. There's nothing there. Whereas
I think to that point, I think if North Carolina was actually living up to billing this year, that some of their games might be worth watching. But
I'm gonna watch Clemson and Wake Forest because Dave Clawson's been trying for a long time to get that win over Dabo Swinney, and he's got a 6-0 team this year, and they're pretty good. They're the only undefeated team left.
That sounds awful familiar. A 6-0 team.
Yep, they're pretty good. So I mean, you're asking me what I'd watch from another conference. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So, just being honest with you. Anything else, Biscuit?
No, I was comparing what you were saying about Wake Forest to the Kentucky fans right now.
Oh, well, yeah, I think Wake Forest would probably mouth pump Kentucky too. I kind of believe that. Just because fuck Kentucky. Tired of their fans.
To be fair, I'm not sure about that.
I'm tired of their fans. Fuck them.
Talking about Pittsburgh and Wake Forest.
I'm tired of Kentucky's fans. So fuck them. Wake will beat that ass.
Are you actually pulling for Georgia this weekend?
I'm not going to pull for anyone. I want Kentucky fans to shut up.
You gain either way, no matter what happens.
No, I mean, look, I don't think that there's on any planet that Georgia's going to lose the game, but I think that the massive amount of Kentucky fans that are especially in the chat that have been running their mouths like it's the fucking Final Four, they're going to go away. They're going to be on a milk carton. So I kind of look forward to that.
Yeah, I do too. One in particular.
Fair enough, Biscuit. On the show, sir. Thank you so much.
You guys take it easy. Yeah.
All right. Get Jackpot that currency stuff so he doesn't have to work anymore. He can just do YouTube videos all day.
There you go. That would be wonderful.
Bluegrass Media says it's only him and no one else talks. That's bullshit, dude. Got Kentucky fans calling my show today. Stop with that nonsense. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
Yeah, I just got one quick thing to say here. Can either one of y'all come up with a better scenario than Ed Orgeron coaching at the University of Louisville? And I'll get off here and listen to what you got to say.
I don't know if I could top that. I'm not sure about that.
You win, sir. You win. I was doing my all crazy coach lineup. Ed Orgeron. We were talking about who's going to coach at LSU. I'm lobbying for Hugh Freeze. Why not? They'll give him a burner phone down there. All the whores down in Cajun land. He won't have to worry about that. All right, let's take another call here. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
Hey, Rob, Kale, what's going on?
What up?
Jerome. What up?
Jerome, what's
hey,
up?
Apparently, Jackpot ran into my uncle. What was that today?
Oh yeah, hold on. I've got the picture of that. Yeah, Jackpot ran in. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there with your phone there, buddy. Hold on a second. I'm Jackpot. Can you hear me over there, buddy?
I can hear you.
Okay, I think something's up with Jerome's phone, but yeah, hold on a second.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, well, yeah, my uncle ran into you today at a store. He works at the Aiken Publix.
Yep.
I got a picture of that. Hold on.
That was pretty cool.
Jackpot's making friends in Aiken.
Who'd thunk it?
Right. I thought it was pretty crazy. He sent me a picture of that today, and I was like, "What is that?" I was like, "Oh."
That's Carolina Jackpot.
But what's your prediction, Jackpot? What you think? Vandy breaks the streak or what?
No, not this year. I don't think they break the streak. I think the Gamecocks win the game something like 23-10, 24-10. But that's what I'm thinking. But I did pick us to cover the spread. So let me say 28-7. I don't know. I don't. Vanderbilt's not good, and then they actually lost their running back. The best running back on the team got hurt, so I don't know. South Carolina. The last couple times that we went to Vanderbilt, they were supposed to give us a game. Last year, they were supposed to give us a game. 2018, they were supposed to give us a game, and South Carolina absolutely just destroyed them. And I just know we just got their number somehow or another. It's kind of like Tennessee had Kentucky's number for so many years. It's like Florida had Kentucky's number for so many years. It's like Georgia had Kentucky's number. You see a little growing trend here with Kentucky. Anyway, some of these teams just had certain teams' numbers for a lot of years. And South Carolina just has Vanderbilt's number. I don't. But to that point, I mean, like I said, Vanderbilt, they're not going to roll over and play dead. And I'm sure they're looking at South Carolina and licking their chops and saying, this is maybe our only chance, guys, to win one in the conference. We've won 2 other games. Let's see if we can finish strong. Could happen, but I doubt it.
Yeah. I think both of the teams are basically in that same scenario. It'll probably be maybe the last win for either team.
Yeah.
So I don't know who else Vandy has non-conference, but
Jerome, I just put the picture up of your uncle and Jackpot right there as Jackpot was up there getting him some lottery tickets at the Publix.
It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough game. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be like 2 ugly people fucking.
Well, let's hope that we end up on top and not on bottom.
Yeah, don't want to be the party bottom there.
That's right. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for taking my call.
All right, Jerome, appreciate it. All right, well, with that, I think we're done with the calls this evening. Jackpot's got to go to bed. I got shit I got to do. I'm tired. All right, Jackpot. We'll have the games for the contest updated. Make sure you get your games in before. We didn't have the Clemson game this week. Some people sent me a message about that. Clemson plays on Friday night.
Friday night.
We don't do Thursday or Friday night games, so that's why. So there's that. What are you laughing at, Jackpot?
Just laughing at some of the comments. Yeah.
Everybody loves Jackpot, meeting him out in the streets. It's kind of funny. I'll tell you what else is funny is that I've had people ask me if Jackpot's real. I'm like, yeah, he's just a regular guy. His pants on one leg at a time, I'm sure.
Am I real? No, I'm a.
Yeah. He's a fucking computer hologram.
I'm
fucking
a Fig Newton of your imagination.
I was thinking about he puts his pants on one leg at a time. I was expecting you to say, fuck you. I jump in both legs, motherfucker.
No, I put them on one leg at a time, and I slip the third leg in there as well.
Oh, shit. Well, let's end with that. We'll see you guys on Sunday. Thanks for checking out the show.